I still remember stepping foot in Thailand for the first time. As a single guy fresh off the plane, not really knowing that my life was about to change forever. And fast forward to today, and I can confidently say that my decision to explore Bangkok, Pattaya and Phuket has been one of the best decisions a single man can make. Why? Well, imagine a place where your dating options skyrocket, the nightlife is straight out of a movie, and your cost of living plummet. And each day feels like sort of a vacation. It sounds too good to be true. Well, welcome to Thailand. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why specifically Bangkok and Pattaya are a single guy's playground, from the dating scene and insane adult nightlife options to the sort of easy peasy lifestyle, the cultural perks, and even the pitfalls you should avoid. So grab a beer or a protein shake if you're that guy, and let's dive in. So picture this, you fire up a dating app and get flooded with messages from beautiful women, many half your age, who are actually eager to meet you. It sort of sounds like a fantasy, but in Thailand it is a reality. Now back home you might struggle to get a single match, but here your phone blows up with notifications. On Thai dating apps like Thai Friendly, Bumble and Tinder, the response can be overwhelming. And I'm not exaggerating. As a foreign guy in Bangkok or Pattaya, your perceived attractiveness instantly jumps a few points. So if you were a 6 back home, you are at least a 7 or 8 here in Thailand. Girls who wouldn't give you a second glance in the West suddenly want to chat you up. It is an ego boost and then some. But why the drastic change? Well, it comes down to social dynamics. In Thai culture, for a man, farang or falang as they call us, carry a bit of sort of an exotic appeal. Finances play a role as well. There's curiosity, status, and yes, of course the assumption that you're well off. But it's not all about money. Many Thai women genuinely find Western guys interesting or attractive in looks and personality. Now, perhaps it's the height, the different facial features or other features, or simply because you're new and different. Whatever the reason, you'll notice far more eyes on you walking through a Bangkok mall or a Pattaya street than you ever did back home. And it's not just stares, women will actively approach or sometimes even flirt with you. The first time a cute Thai girl at a club said, "Hey, handsome, where you go?" You know, everybody remembers that first time. And I almost did a double take checking if, I don't know, Brad Pitt was standing behind me. Spoiler, he wasn't, she meant me. And age is really just a number here. One of the most shocking and refreshing things is the age gap dynamic. You know the stereotype, you have a 60-year-old Western guy with a 30-year-old Thai woman on his arm. And in Thailand it's so common, nobody even bats an eye. If you're an older gentleman who felt sort of invisible on the dating scene back home, Thailand will feel like sort of a rebirth. You can go to a trendy Bangkok rooftop bar or a Pattaya nightclub and see guys in their 50s and 60s chatting or even dancing with girls in their 20s. Of course, sometimes, many times in those cases, specifically in Pattaya, there's money involved. But does that really matter? I say no. And guess what? Those girls are often, specifically those ones in Bangkok, are genuinely happy to be there. The Thai culture holds respect for older people, and many younger women prefer the sort of stability and confidence that older men offer. So that voice in your head saying, "Oh, she's too young, she can't possibly like me," kill that voice. Like I always say, if you take a 12-hour or 10-hour flight to reinvent your life in Thailand, don't sell yourself short. Go for the women you truly find attractive, not what you think you're limited to. I've met plenty of retirement age expats here with absolutely drop-dead gorgeous girlfriends. The only people who might sneer are jealous haters. Every other guy is thinking, "Man, I hope that's me in the future." So let's talk dating options. Bangkok, being a huge metropolitan city, it really offers a mix of good girls and bad girls. And I use those terms sort of loosely. You have university students, office workers, and freelancers, both in, the work kind and the nightlife kind. And meeting regular Thai girls that don't work in the bars is totally possible, especially in Bangkok. Thai Friendly is sort of notorious for being filled with freelancers. So if you're online dating in Bangkok, I would recommend Bumble, then Tinder, and yeah, you can try Thai Friendly as well. These are women you might meet at the mall, the coffee shop, or on the apps that I've just mentioned who are looking for real connections or a boyfriend. Many of them are open to dating foreigners and aren't just after money. Some genuinely love the idea of a cultural exchange or find foreign guys just more laid back. And here's a pro tip. If a Thai girl suggests a simple date, like I always do, like a walk in the park or grabbing some street food, she is likely not in it for cash. And if she's only interested in fancy dinners or expensive gifts from the get-go, that's a red flag. She might see you as an ATM, so I would say proceed with caution. This is also sometimes a test. If you do a very simple date and the girl says no, then that's not a good sign. Now, Pattaya is a slightly different beast. This city is built for entertainment, and most Thai women you'll encounter as a single guy there are in the entertainment industry in one way or another. It's easy to think, every girl here must be a bar girl or a hooker, but that's not 100% true. There are regular girls in Pattaya too. They're just harder to find because you're wading through an absolute ocean of working girls. So if your goal is to find a serious girlfriend or a more traditional dating experience, Bangkok might be a better hunting ground, or you'll need to venture beyond the tourist zones in Pattaya. But let's be real, most guys don't move to Pattaya for wholesome courtship. Pattaya is about fast, easy fun. You can absolutely meet a quote-unquote real girl there, for example, approaching someone at a shopping center or a coffee shop. But you have to put in more effort and face skepticism, both hers and your own. So what's my take? If you're in Pattaya, embrace it for what it is, enjoy the carefree vibe. And if you happen to click with a nice local girl, great, but don't go, expecting to find the love of your life at the go-go bar. And speaking of go-go bars, let's slide right into the real meat, the nightlife that fuels this dating frenzy. When the sun goes down in Thailand, the party is just getting started. Bangkok and Pattaya offer a nightlife experience that can only be described as next level. We're talking neon-soaked streets, thumping music, beautiful Thai women everywhere you turn, and an anything goes atmosphere. It's like being a kid in a candy store, sort of. If candy made your heart race and your jaw drop. So let's talk about Bangkok first. In Bangkok, you've got a bit of everything. Do you want the classical naughty nightlife? Well, then you have the Soi Cowboy or Nana Plaza. Soi Cowboy is a short street jam-packed with go-go bars on either side, blasting music and glowing with so many neon lights. You'll think it's daytime. The moment you step under the cowboy signage at the main entrance, you will hear them screaming, "Hey, handsome man, come here," from girls outside each bar, inviting you in for a drink. And inside, you'll find stages or sometimes just dance floors with girls in bikinis or themed outfits dancing and smiling at you, hoping you'll buy them a lady drink. And that's when you buy a girl a drink, usually a little bit pricier than yours, as a token that you're interested in her company. Now, Nana Plaza, on the other hand, is a 3-story complex. It's literally an entire mall of go-go bars. It's wild. You have different bars on different levels, some with traditional go-go dancing, others with sort of creative shows, if you know what I mean. If you've never experienced this, your jaw will be on the floor. It's perfectly normal in Nana to see an older foreign guy hand in hand with a stunning young bar girl walking out because he's paid her bar fine to take her out for the night or just for an hour. Don't worry, this is standard practice. A bar fine is basically a fee to the bar so the girl can leave work and go with you. It might run between 500 to 1,000 baht, depends on the time and the bar, sometimes even more. So that's 15 to, let's say, 40 bucks, depending on the venue and circumstances. After that, any additional arrangement with the girl, short time for just an hour or all night or until the next day, is negotiated privately, directly with the girl. Welcome to Bangkok's dating fast lane. If go-go bars aren't your thing and you prefer a more quote-unquote normal club vibe, Bangkok has got you covered as well. The city has really absolute world-class nightclubs where you can party with locals and expats alike. Here are a couple of hotspots. Levels and Insanity, which was recently rebranded as EQ, on Sukhumvit, Soy 11. Soy is always the side street, so if somebody says Soy 11, they usually mean Sukhumvit, the main street, and the side street number 11. Sukhumvit, Soy 11. Those are legendary among single guys. These clubs are what I would call a freelancer club. Lots of girls here are not employees of the venue, but many are still looking to meet foreigners, and quite a few are happy to go home with you if the vibe is right, whether for fun or for some just financial help. The freelancers, they set their own terms, you negotiate with them directly. You also see regular Thai girls party out with friends. You know, the music is banging, hip-hop, EDM, pop, you name it. And the dance floor is usually packed. Don't be surprised if a pretty Thai girl starts dancing up on you or gives you the big smile and eye contact. That's your cue to say hello. These clubs often go strong until 2 to 3 a.m., but if you still haven't had enough, Bangkok has after-hour clubs and even, clubs that are open until 10 in the morning. Yes, you can literally party all night and stumble out in the morning sun. I've done that, not ashamed. And unlike some places back home, you won't get that judgy look for going home with someone you just met. It's kind of the norm here. Let's jet 2 hours down the road to Pattaya, because this place is the reason the term single man's playground gets thrown around so much. Pattaya's walking street, Soy 6, LK Metro, they're all world famous, whole streets dedicated to the nightlife mayhem. Think huge glowing signs for clubs and bars, street performers, music from every direction, and crowds of people from all over the world mixing and mingling. 1 minute you're watching a live band at a rock bar, next minute you're in a techno club, and after that you find yourself sipping a beer while a group of Thai go-go dancers in neon bikinis pulls you in for a photo. It's really sensory overload in the best way. The first time I stepped onto Walking Street, it was overwhelming, really. Girls everywhere, calling out, trying to grab you and get you into the bar. And honestly, I was so awestruck, I just walked end to end without even going inside anywhere. I thought, this is it? The infamous Pattaya? I expected it to be bigger. But don't let the relatively short street fool you. Fun is crammed into every inch of that place, and Pattaya's nightlife has sort of layers. Start your evening at a chill beer bar. These are open air bars, often just a counter and some stools, usually staffed by friendly bar girls in matching tank tops. Then you grab a cold singer or a chang beer and chat with the girls, or you play some pool or some games. It's low pressure and a great warm-up. I always recommend newbies begin at a beer bar with live music if possible, just to people watch and soak it in. There's always something crazy or funny to see. Maybe it's an awkward tourist dancing with a bar girl, or a group of lady boys, trying to approach some guys walking past them. You quickly realize Pattaya at night is a theater and everyone is part of the show. And as the night gains momentum, you graduate to the go-go bars or clubs. Pattaya has dozens of go-go bars, not just on Walking Street, but also in areas like LK Metro. And my personal favorites, Sapphire Club, which is top-notch talent, great shows. Happy Go-Go, one of the first places I ever went to. Shows were fun, though I admit the girls at Sapphire, they're way hotter. In some Pattaya go-go bars, you'll find a more relaxed setup than in Western strip clubs. There's couches instead of just a stage, or stage seating, and a very interactive vibe. By interactive, I mean you can buy a lady a drink and she'll come cuddle up next to you, touching and playfully sort of flirting are absolutely normal. Don't be shocked if she guides your hands to explore. It's allowed in many spots, within reason. Some even allow a bit more than that in dark corners, but let's keep this guide, PG-13-ish, I would say. The point is, it is an adult Disneyland. And of course, if one of the ladies strikes your fancy, you can pay the bar fine and take her out of there for your own private party back at your place. Many guys end their night or start their late nights like that. It's just how Pattaya rolls. What if you're not into the bar fine scene? No worries, Pattaya also has tons of freelance. These are women who aren't attached to a venue or a bar. Find lots of them walking around on Walking Street, Beach Road, clubs like Mix, 808. You might just meet a cute girl dancing next to you and hit it off, or see ladies hanging out looking available. With freelancers, there's no bar cut to pay, but make sure you agree on the terms clearly. Let me emphasize this, clearly, to avoid any misunderstandings before you take her home or make a payment. And yes, negotiate before you go back to the room. One thing to love about Thailand nightlife is that there's no pressure to drink alcohol if you don't want. Despite all the partying, you can totally have a blast sipping on a Coke or Red Bull. Many Thai clubs and bars are used to guys who don't drink or are pacing themselves. I have nights where I stick to soda water, still fun, and the girls don't care as long as you're engaging with them. So don't feel like you must chug beers all night to fit in. Do you? The scene will accommodate. So to sum up, the nightlife, whether you're in a slick, cosmopolitan Bangkok or wild non-stop Pattaya, the experiences available to you as a single guy, they're unparalleled. You can literally compress years of partying, dating, experiences into a few days or weeks here, and I'm talking things you might only dream about or see in movies you'll do back to back on a given weekend. I would say just pace yourself. It's very easy to go for one drink and end up, at 4 a.m. with 2 new friends in your jacuzzi and a story you'll tell for years. This is the high of living in Thailand as a single man, and trust me, it can spoil you. After dancing on rooftops in Bangkok or bar hopping until dawn in Pattaya, going back to a quiet pub at home just isn't the same anymore. Thailand doesn't just supercharge your dating life, it also lets you live large for really a fraction of what you spend in the West. One of the biggest draws for relocating here is really the affordable cost of living. In Bangkok, in Pattaya, you can stretch your money and enjoy a lifestyle that might be completely out of reach back home. So let's break down the basics. You'll see why many single guys come here for the fun but stay for the value. Number one, housing. So you can rent a modern condo in Bangkok city center, say near Asok or a few stops from the Asok intersection, or a nice apartment near Pattaya Beach for shockingly low prices. For example, a decent studio or one bedroom in a good location of Bangkok can go for around 10 to 15,000 Thai baht per month, which is roughly 300 to 450 US dollars. That might include a pool, gym, aircon, of course 24/7 security, the works. In Pattaya, prices are similar or even a bit lower. 300 a month might get you a condo, walking distance from the action. Now compare that to renting in, say, New York, Sydney, even London. You'd be paying 4 or 5 times that for a shoebox. Personally rented a condo near Sukhumvit in Bangkok for about $300 a month, about as low as it gets for something not falling apart. If you're willing to spend, let's say, a bit more, $500 to $800, you're looking at upscale living, a high-rise building, maybe a view of the skyline or in Pattaya the ocean, plush amenities. The sweet spot a lot of expats aim for is around $500 a month in rent, which gets a very comfy pad. And if you're more of a baller, well, once you go beyond $1,000 a month, here's where you get absolute luxury penthouse or huge modern house territory. The housing options for every budget are really plentiful, and short-term rentals month to month are common, which is perfect if you're not sure how long you will stay. Now the food, not only is it delicious, it's dirt cheap if you eat local. Street food in Thailand is famous for both being tasty and super affordable. So you can grab a hearty plate of chicken and rice or pad thai for $1 to $2. I mean, seriously, I often eat street food from small Thai eateries and maybe spend, let's say, 60 baht, $2 for a meal that leaves me stuffed. Thai portions, they're not huge, but you can always order 2 different dishes and still be under, let's say, $5. If you prefer Western food or something more high-end, those options exist, but cost more. Though still usually cheaper than Western prices. For instance, a foot-long Subway sandwich is around 170 baht, around $5. A Big Mac meal might be similar. Now, groceries, if you cook at home, many expats don't because eating out is so cheap and convenient. Local produce and meats are cheap, but imported stuff like cheese, stuff that Thai people don't really eat that much, like cheese, or wine will cost you. I recall paying more for a block of cheese than for a full Thai meal. Now, dairy isn't a big local thing either, so you pay a premium. Overall, you could easily keep your food budget to $300 a month or less if you eat Thai style most of the time. Even splurging on, let's say, sushi or fancy brunch occasionally won't break the bank. And let's not forget 7-Eleven. Those ubiquitous convenience stores are absolute lifesavers. At any hour you can walk in and pick up a hot Thai snack, a microwave meal, or even a decent ham and cheese toasty for under $2. What about late night munchies after partying? Well, 7-Eleven's got your back and your burger and your fried rice. Now, in terms of transportation, getting around is both easy and cheap. Bangkok has the BTS SkyTrain and MRT subway, which are clean, efficient, and cost maybe 50 cents to $1.50 per ride, depending on distance. Way cheaper than, say, the London Tube or NYC subway. A taxi across town at late night might cost you 150 baht, $5. And that is for a long ride. Within the city center, most taxi fares are $2 to $3. Just make sure they turn on the meter, or you use an app, like Grab, which is Thailand's version of Uber, which gives you usually a very fair price upfront. In Pattaya, there's no SkyTrain, but there are baht buses, which basically are pickup trucks turned into shared taxis that run up and down the main roads. They charge like 10 baht, 30 cents for a hop along beach road. What if you want a private ride? Well, a motorbike taxi can zip you through traffic for $1 or $2. Even a private car taxi around Pattaya is inexpensive. And here's a quality of life thing. If you live in Bangkok and want a weekend in Pattaya or vice versa, a private taxi between the two cities is usually around 1,200 Thai baht, so $35 to $40 door to door. Split that with a buddy and it's absolute peanuts. No expensive flights or car rentals needed for regional travel, which leads me to mention domestic flights in Thailand are also very cheap. A flight from Bangkok to Phuket or Chiang Mai can be as low as $50 round trip if you catch a promo. The point is, transportation costs won't dent your wallet much here in Thailand. Now, in terms of entertainment and nightlife costs, here's where a single guy might spend a bit more, but even partying can be done economically. Typical prices: a beer in a normal bar might be 80 to 100 Thai baht, so $2.50 to $3. In a go-go bar or fancy club, maybe 150 to 200 baht, so $5 to $6. Lady drinks for the girls usually cost around 150 baht as well. Yes, essentially you're buying 2 drinks, one for you and one for your new friend. Paying for company, well, Thai nightlife is a pay-to-play environment if you choose. Bar fines range from, sometimes if you're very lucky, 300 to 1,000 baht, usually more, as I've mentioned before, and the ladies will expect a tip for their time, which can vary widely. It could be 1,000 baht for short time, up to 4,000 plus baht for overnight, with a top tier lady, roughly $30 to $120. Even at the higher end, compare that to taking a girl on multiple dates, hoping to get lucky. Some guys, they just do the math and prefer the quote-unquote direct approach here. I think there's no right or wrong. Thailand offers both routes. Many expats, they do a mix. Date some, quote-unquote normal girls, cheap and free, aside from the regular dating expenses, and sometimes indulge in the pay-for-play just for convenience. Also note that a lot of clubs have no cover charge or maybe a small entrance fee that comes with a free drink. You're not shelling out $50 at the door like in Vegas, for example. One of my favorite tricks, pre-game with drinks from 7-Eleven, a beer for 40 baht or a small bottle of Thai whiskey for a few bucks before hitting the expensive clubs. Nobody minds if you show up a little bit tipsy, saves you a chunk of money on buying drinks inside, and if you really want to save, just stick to the more local venues or expat dive bars. You can have a full night out for under $20 if you play it right. Overall, unless you're popping champagne bottles nightly, you'll find you spend way less on partying here for the same or even bigger amount of fun. Now, what about everyday expenses? Thailand makes a lot of mundane expenses easy. Your cell phone bill with unlimited data may be $10 a month. High-speed internet at home, maybe $15 to $20 a month. A cleaning lady to tidy apartment you can hire for $15 for a day of cleaning. Many expats do this weekly or bi-weekly and live like absolute kings, never having to scrub, let's say, the toilet or clean the bathroom. Laundry services will wash and fold your clothes by the kilo, and it's cheap too, a full load for a few dollars. Getting around town, grabbing a snack, paying utility bills, all of it is just less stress when the costs are low. Even healthcare, pop into a pharmacy to get medicine for pennies, or see a doctor at a private clinic or hospital for a fraction of Western costs. Many routine meds are over the counter here, or even if they're officially by prescription only, you don't sometimes need a prescription. And an evening at the hospital, should you need one, might run you $50 instead of $500. These little savings add up and remove a lot of financial anxiety. So the bottom line is, with a moderate income, let's say $1,500 to $2,000 per month, you can live very comfortably in Bangkok and Pattaya as a single guy. You won't feel like you're scrimping at all. You'll be eating out daily, partying on the weekends, living in a decent pad, and even saving money. If you're on a tighter budget, let's say $1,000 per month, you can still manage a simple lifestyle. Maybe a basic apartment with, that is a bit outside of the city center, eating mostly street food, and sort of going easy on the nightlife. But even that basic life can be more enjoyable than a strapped life back home because, the built-in fun and excitement, warmth of Thailand and its nightlife, I would say. And if you've got a healthy remote job that comes with income, let's say, or a pension, $3,000 plus, you'll live like an absolute royal here. We're talking rooftop pools, frequent weekend trips, fine dining, whenever you feel like it, regular massages, etc., etc., and basically no financial worries. It's no wonder so many guys are motivated to hustle, save, and retire early in Thailand. I mean, the payoff is immediate once you're here. Improving your finances back home might let you retire, let's say, 5 years earlier. Improving them for Thailand might let you retire 10 to 15 years earlier, or just dramatically upgrade your daily quality of life. I mean, I've said this before, it's a huge motivator once you see how far your dollar goes. As I often say, there's a different level of motivation, knowing that you can enjoy your dream lifestyle on a modest budget in Thailand rather than grinding for decades back home for the same comforts. A life in Bangkok and Pattaya isn't just about the nights out or the dating, it's the day-to-day quality that really hooks you. From the moment you wake up to the moment you hit the sack, you're cushioned by conveniences and perks that put a smile on your face. So let's talk about what your average day as a single guy in Thailand might look like and why it's so damn good. So first of all, the weather and what I call the endless summer. If you hate scraping ice off your car or trudging through slush in winter, Thailand it's pure bliss. It's tropical and warm year-round. Bangkok can get humid. I'm talking 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and humid in April. But, that's why air conditioning was invented. Pattaya enjoys sort of coastal breezes, so it's slightly cooler, and being by the beach makes even hot days more bearable. And there's the rainy season, sure, but those downpours are usually very short. I've said this many times before. And it really cools things off, but it's not something that you should, be totally afraid of or avoid at all costs. If the only time you can go to Thailand is during rainy season, then you should still go. It's not a deal breaker for a great Thailand experience just because it's rainy season. Overall, it's like having summer 12 months a year. I found that moving to a warmer climate energized me. Suddenly I wanted to be outdoors more, or hit the gym, walk places instead of hibernating indoors. And yes, it's easier to stay motivated to keep your body in shape when you know you'll be in a t-shirt or by the pool a lot of times, or even all the time. Many guys shed weight or build muscle after moving here, partly because of the shirtless weather. It's a big motivating factor, and partly because the lifestyle makes it easier. But I will talk about fitness in the next chapter. Plus, sunshine is a natural mood booster. It's hard to be grumpy when it's bright outside and you have palm trees. Seasonal depression, well, not in Thailand. You'll likely miss the snow about 0 times. And if you do crave a cooler climate for a change, a quick trip to northern Thailand during the cool season, say end of November to roughly January, will give you a mild weather for around a week. But mostly you'll relish the fact that you can plan beach days or rooftop pool parties in February without a care in the world. Now let's talk health and fitness. I call Thailand a single man's playground, not just for the nightlife, but also for how easy it is to stay in shape and healthy here. It sounds ironic, I know. Late nights and cheap beer don't necessarily scream healthy lifestyle, but hear me out. First, gyms. Both Bangkok and Pattaya have excellent fitness facilities, from high-end commercial gyms in malls, aircon, latest machines, gym classes, etc., to hardcore Muay Thai gyms where you can train martial arts. You've got your choices for sure. Monthly membership fees are reasonable, perhaps $30 to $50 at a nice gym, and even less at smaller local gyms. And many condos also have free gyms and pools. And because there's a sizable expat community, you'll often find workout buddies very easily. In Bangkok, I joined a gym that was walking distance from my condo, filled with other expats and locals that were all serious about fitness. It became sort of a social hub for me during the day. Now, eating healthy is also remarkably convenient. You don't need to do any meal planning or meal prepping or cook if you don't want to. You can find grilled chicken, fish, brown rice, veggies, fresh fruit shakes, all from street vendors or food courts at prices that beat buying groceries back home. For example, grilled chicken breast with papaya salad from a streetcar and a fresh coconut to drink. That's a high protein, nutritious lunch for roughly $3. Now there are countless salad bars, smoothie stands, and even healthy Thai dishes like tom yum soup, which is sort of low calorie and tasty. 24/7 food means even if you're on sort of a weird schedule, you won't be stuck eating junk food. It's midnight and you want a protein shake or some sushi, well, some places are always open in Bangkok. I also love that you can get supplements easily. Whey protein, vitamins, etc. are sold in malls or can be delivered directly to your place. Heck, even testosterone clinics or so-called anti-aging clinics are a thing if you're older and looking into that. Often cheaper and more accessible than in the West. Now in terms of beach and outdoors, Pattaya of course has the beach. It might not be the prettiest beach in Thailand. Of course it's not Phuket or Koh Samui. But it's still the ocean. An early morning or late afternoon walk on Pattaya Beach or Jomtien Beach is a wonderful way to start or even end your day. The water is warm year-round if you fancy a swim. There's something psychologically awesome about knowing that you live near the beach. It gives you that permanent vacation feeling. On weekends you can hop on a ferry to Koh Larn, to the small island of Pattaya, and get to much nicer beaches in around 30 minutes. Bangkok doesn't have a beach, but you're only a short trip from countless beaches, Pattaya included, Hua Hin, or a quick flight to the islands. Bangkok itself has Lumpini Park, a big green park great for jogging, cycling, or just chilling, and a bunch of rooftop pools. Some condos and many hotels have them with day passes available, so those are your options. Many expats pick housing that has a pool as well, so they can catch a tan or do some laps anytime. Imagine finishing your remote work or errands by 4 p.m. and then taking a dip in the pool with a really awesome skyline view. That's routine life here, not a special occasion. Now in terms of massages and general relaxation, okay, this is one of my absolute favorite parts of daily life, the Thai massages. In Thailand, massage isn't a luxury for someone who's rich, it's an affordable, almost everyday treat. Walk down any street and you'll see massage shops. A standard Thai massage, famous stretching, twisting, oil massage costs you around 250 to 400 Thai baht for an hour, so $8 to $12, that's it. For the price of 2 lattes back home, you get an hour of pampering that leaves you feeling like jelly. I often schedule massage as sort of a reward after a workout or just to unwind, or on a Sunday day off. And yes, if you're wondering, there are plenty of happy ending or erotic massage options too. Those cost a bit more depending on the services, but still within the reach of sort of an I don't necessarily want to say every day, but every week budget. Pattaya in particular is teeming with massage parlors where the staff will wink and ask if you want something extra. Now it's up to you. You can stick to legit therapeutic massages, which are awesome for recovery and relaxation, or indulge in the sort of sensual ones. Either way, having affordable massages available daily or weekly if you want is a game changer for your stress level, I would say, at least for mine. Back at home, I'd maybe get a massage once a year, once every 5 years as a pricey spa gift maybe. But in Thailand, you can get them weekly, sometimes even more often. So I would say bye-bye back pain and anxiety, and hello relaxation. Now, in terms of the convenience in general and the comforts, living in Thailand spoils you with that. Virtually everything can be delivered to your doorstep. Food, groceries, medicine, even something, niche as nicotine pouches, all almost 24/7. Need a midnight snack or ran out of something, shaving cream or whatever. Just open the Grab app and someone will bring it to you on a motorbike in minutes. If you want to avoid the heat, well, pop into one of the dozens of gigantic air-conditioned shopping malls in Bangkok. Malls here are like mini cities. You have food courts, cinemas, supermarkets in them, banks, co-working spaces, and of course shops. It's not uncommon to spend an afternoon at the mall just enjoying the cool air. Many Thai people do that, the afternoon, evening, spending it at the mall just because it's so cool. You can do many things, lots of people, meeting up with people, grabbing a meal, watching a movie, even getting maybe a haircut, which are cheap and good. In Pattaya you have a couple of nice malls too. Central Festival is right near Beach Road, but the vibe is more outdoorsy, I would say, in Pattaya. Still, anything you need is within reach. Cleaning and laundry services are inexpensive, as I mentioned, which means you can outsource chores you dislike. I haven't ironed shirts in years. The laundry lady does it for me. My condo's housekeeper cleans the room for a small tip. This gives you time you can use to hit the gym longer, socialize, or work on a side hustle. Everyday errands are just easier, even dealing with stuff like visas or bills. There are services and helpers who can assist you for a fee. And many tasks like paying utility bills or topping up phone credit can be done at the 7-Eleven counter or via the app. So I would say the stress level of daily life here is just lower. Thailand has a concept of sabai sabai, which means just chill, relaxed. Things get done, but not in a frantic or in an uptight way. As a result, you start to adopt that chill vibe too, I would say. Now, a big part of living in Thailand is also the social and expat life, of course. Culturally, Thailand is very welcoming and safe for foreigners. Thai people are generally polite, they're soft-spoken, and in many cases they avoid confrontation. Many Asian cultures avoid confrontation at all costs. As a Western guy, if you're friendly and respect the local customs, like smiling, not raising your voice, not making the other person lose face, greeting with Y, with the hand gesture occasionally, you'll be treated with kindness. Even if you don't learn much Thai language, though I recommend learning some basic phrases, you can get by. Bangkok is international, you meet other expats very easily. Now there are also meetup groups for everything, entrepreneurs, digital nomads, language exchanges, sports leagues, you name it. Pattaya has a big retire and digital nomad community too, although the crowd is quite different when you compare it to what you would experience in Bangkok. People often bond over beers at local pubs, or you meet the people at the gym or the beach, or even for going out. You won't feel alone unless you truly want to be left alone. For many single guys, that community or brotherhood of other expats sort of adds to the charm. You swap stories, tips, and maybe even wingmen for each other at the club when you go out. And Thai people themselves can become great friends or even girlfriends who double as guides into their local culture. So before you know it, you've got a network and you feel truly at home in this country that at some point when you were just watching videos probably seemed so far away. Now daily life here has this almost surreal quality. Like, is this for real that I can live this forever? You might be asking yourself that question once you experience it. Waking up without stress, grabbing a cheap tasty breakfast downstairs, $1 bowl of noodle, one omelette, working from a cafe with super fast Wi-Fi, and then you hit the gym, watching the sunset by the pool, rooftop pool at your condo or at the ocean, then getting a massage, then heading out for an epic night if you feel like it. This can be your life. It has a balance of exciting and relaxing that's hard to find elsewhere. Thailand basically clears away a lot of the, let's call them boring hurdles, cooking, cleaning, commuting, etc., and hands you the remote to your own life. You get to dial up the fun or the romance or chill as you please without emptying your bank account. It's no exaggeration to say that many single guys feel reborn here, healthier, happier, and more alive than they were in their 9-to-5 grind back home. Beyond the dating and cost of living advantages, there are some cultural aspects of Thailand that really appeal to us Western guys, especially those of us who come from the land of stressed out people in sort of politically correct dating minefields. Now, living in Bangkok or Pattaya, you'll experience a culture that is at once friendly, traditional, and refreshingly straightforward in certain ways. So here's why Thai culture can feel like a breath of fresh air. Number one, the friendly and welcoming vibe. Thailand isn't called the land of smiles for nothing. Thai people, they tend to be friendly or at least warm and non-confrontational, especially towards foreigners. As a guest in their country, you'll often get a pass on cultural slip-ups as long as you are polite. Smile, sabai sabai, take it easy, that's the Thai way. This means day-to-day interactions are typically present. The lady at the street food stall will call you P or Kun and grind as she hands you your food. The staff at your condo will give a friendly nod each time you walk by, the security guy or people working there. Even stuff like visa runs become easier when the immigration officer greets you with a smile. It's rare, but it happens. For us single guys, this friendliness often translates to approachability. Thai women, even when they're a bit shy, are often approachable if you're respectful. Simply a smile, and saying hello in Thai can actually get you somewhere without being seen as a creep. Imagine that. Now, the social environment here encourages cordial interactions rather than the defensive scowl you might get, when you're approaching a stranger back home. Next thing that is big is just the feminine and traditional aspect of Thai women. A lot of Western men appreciate that many Thai women embrace a more traditional feminine role in dating and relationships. This doesn't mean every Thai woman is, very feminine and very traditional, but culturally values like taking care of one's partner, cooking, being gentle and affectionate are common. For example, a Thai girlfriend might playfully fuss over you. Have you eaten yet? Is a common phrase showing that she's caring for you. They might insist you sit and relax while they cut the fruit for you, or they'll remember your favorite foods. It's part of their way of showing affection. Some Western guys, especially if they've had colder or more competitive dating experiences back home, find this incredibly appealing. It's nice to feel appreciated and needed, and Thai women are great at making a man feel like a man. On your end, you're kind of expected to be the gentleman. Pay for dates, which are cheap anyway, take the lead in planning, and show respect. Thai society understands that men have needs and women do too. Just look at how prevalent the adult industry is. It's not shamed the same way. That said, discretion and saving face are key. Thais don't generally do loud PDA or public drama. They keep it fun and low-key. As a result, you might find your dating interactions here free a lot of the, let's call it second-guessing or game playing that you're used to. Many Thai women are very clear if they like you. They'll hold your hand, cuddle up, or even call you darling early on. It feels nice and straightforward. Now, caution, this doesn't automatically mean she's in love in one's marriage. It's just a more openly caring style of dating, I would say. Now, a word about respect and saving face. Thai culture is big on respect for elders and others' feelings and avoiding direct conflict. As a foreign man, you will actually benefit from this. People will rarely confront you or insult you outright. There's a concept of not wanting to impose or embarrass others. So you won't see Thai people causing a scene or publicly calling you out. If you get drunk and act like a fool, locals are more likely to laugh it off or gently guide you back to your taxi rather than start a fight. This peaceful vibe means nightlife is generally safe. I've seen far fewer bar fights here than in the Western club scene unless two foreigners start beef. Thais themselves almost never start physical altercations with foreigners. And here's a pro tip: you never want to get in a fight with locals anyway. Aside from it being wrong or even dangerous, one foreigner versus a group of Thai guys will not end well for you. But luckily, fights are very avoidable if you just stay cool. Now, the respect thing also plays out in how you're treated day to day. If you dress decently and behave, you will be addressed as Mr. or Mrs. and generally treated with courtesy. It feels good to be respected without having to prove yourself constantly. That can be a nice change if you come from a place where everyone's trying to prove that they are the alpha. Now, there's also no woke overkill. I'll treat carefully here, but let's just say many Western guys feel a relief in Thailand from the hyper-politicized, hypersensitive climate back home. You're not going to get cancelled for admiring a beautiful woman or making a flirty joke. Just don't be downright offensive. Gender roles are more straightforward: masculine men, feminine women, and nobody's writing angry tweets about it. Let's just say it that way. There's a general live and let live attitude. Thailand is actually tolerant in many ways. LGBT scene here is openly accepted. For example, ladyboys are a visible part of society and especially nightlife. But they're not politically correct to the point of absurdity. For instance, acknowledging differences or joking around is usually fine as long as it's in good spirit, and this can feel liberating. You feel you can be yourself without walking on eggshells. And yes, if you're into dating significantly younger women, as long as they're of legal age, nobody's going to mount a moral high horse at you like they might in the West. The judgment factor is definitely lower for a lot of things. As long as you're respectful and not hurting anyone, Thais kind of shrug off and say, up to you. Now, there's also the built-in adventure and exotic charm, I would say. Living in Thailand means you're immersed in a culture that has rich traditions, festivals, foods, and lifestyles that are fascinating. Even if your main goal is dating and fun, you can't help but be charmed by things like the Songkran festival, the days-long citywide water fight for Thai New Year in April, or other similar festivals. Experiencing these with a local date or friends is awesome. Imagine a water fight with strangers who become friends, or setting off, some partying at the beach during a festival with a girl you just met, both of you making a wish. These cultural experiences add depth to your life in Thailand. It's not all parties. Some of my best memories are exploring, let's say, a golden temple at sunset, or eating street food, barbecue with, local Thai friends during a holiday. Thai people often love showing foreigners their culture, so you might get invited to a village for a wedding party or to celebrate a holiday with someone's family. It's an honor and a great time. Thais party hard at celebrations. There's lots of whiskey and lots of dancing, and this kind of cultural immersion broadens your horizon for sure. You start to appreciate a slower pace, the importance of family, the way Thais don't stress about tomorrow. They say no worries, it'll be okay. It definitely rubbed off me. I'm way more chill now than I ever was back home, I would say. And lastly, there's also the expat community and sort of the international flair, especially in Bangkok. Culturally, Thailand has been hosting foreign visitors for ages, so the infrastructure, getting around, the community, this is all very friendly to us. Most Thai people in Bangkok and Pattaya speak at least basic English, especially anyone working in hospitality, nightlife, etc. So you won't struggle to communicate at least your basic needs. There's also lots of mixed Thai Western social scenes that you can explore. Some Thai people are very, very westernized, speak fluent English, and will bridge the gap for you. You'll find lots of sports bars that play your favorite football or baseball games, restaurants that serve your comfort foods when you crave them, whether that's burritos, kebab, fish and chips, etc. So while you're in a very exotic place, you're never far from something familiar if you need that taste of home. It's a great balance, exotic when you want it, familiar when you need it. To put it simply, Thai culture and society often offer Western men the respect, the freedom, and sort of uncomplicated enjoyment that we often feel is missing back home. You can be a gentleman without being marked for benevolent sexism. You can enjoy being with a feminine woman without apologizing for it. You can relax without everyone trying to start an argument about politics or whatever. It is fun and it's low drama. Now don't get me wrong, it is not a complete utopia. There are cultural differences you need to adapt to. Thai people won't always tell you directly if something is wrong. You have to read subtle cues. Also, losing your temper and yelling is a big no-no, as it causes loss of face, but that's generally the case in Asian cultures. But these are easy to learn, and frankly, being more polite and patient has only improved me as a person. That's the case, I would say, with most people. Embrace the differences, enjoy the ride, and you'll find Thailand isn't just physically attractive, it nourishes a mentality that makes life smoother, I would say. Alright, it's not all sunshine and smooth sailing. Like anywhere, Thailand has its challenges, especially for newcomers who don't know the landscape. The good news? Well, most pitfalls are easily avoided once you know about them. I'm going to give you the straight dope on common mistakes and tourist traps that single guys often encounter, and how to sidestep them like a pro. Consider this your anti-tourist trap checklist, because nothing blows up a paradise experience faster than getting, scammed or making a fool of yourself. First one is probably the most important one because it has to do with emotions. Don't lose your heart or mind too quickly. Thailand can be overwhelming. The attention from women, the beauty, the charm. And many a man has fallen in love within days of arrival. I get it, you meet a stunning girl who absolutely mesmerizes you and you're hearing wedding bells. Pump the brakes, Casanova, okay? One classic newbie mistake is getting overly attached to a bar girl or any girl you just met in the very lusty vacation-like early days. Remember, these ladies are very good at making you feel special. Sometimes it's genuine, sometimes it's their job. Enjoy their company, but keep your wits. Don't start sending money back to a girl in the village after knowing her for a week. Everybody has heard of these guys or seen it. 99% of the time it ends in heartbreak or you feeling like a fool. If you do meet someone who you think is truly girlfriend material, And of course that does happen. Take time to know her outside the nightlife scene, observe her behavior, maybe meet her friends or family. And here's a test for gold diggers. Avoid showering her with expensive gifts. See if she likes you for you when there's no, expensive dinner dates, Louis Vuitton bags on the line, stuff like that, or a new smartphone. Simple dates, as I mentioned before. A good Thai girl might actually be uncomfortable if you push too much money or gifts on her early on. If she starts asking for money early, I need help with my bills, or mom is sick, etc., that is a red flag unless you two are in a committed relationship and you choose that role. Keep it fun and light until you have reasons to trust her. As they say here, don't let your little head do all the thinking. Party, don't spiral. With great power comes great responsibility. The power of being all this easily accessible fun. If you have an addictive personality or no self-control, Pattaya, especially Pattaya, can chew you up. I've literally called Pattaya a drug. The right dose will enhance your life, but too much will mess you up in the worst way possible. It's easy to party every single night, blow through your savings, neglect your health, and wake up one day with a beer gut, empty wallet, and a feeling you've lost the plot. So pace yourself. Set a budget for play money each week or each month. Stick to that. Maybe limit wild nights to 3 times a week initially. If you stay longer, maybe 3 to 4 times a month. It helps to have some daily routines as well. Hit the gym, work on a personal project, or if you have a business, or you do some online work, maintain a hobby, something to ground you. I've seen guys who moved here and treated it like a perpetual spring break, a perpetual holiday. A year later, they're burnt out, jaded, or broke. The smart ones treat it like real life with a lot of fun options. They enjoy in moderation. They butterfly, or they have fun, with different girls to their heart's content, but don't try to sleep with every bar girl in Pattaya in the first month. They take nights off to recharge. Trust me, the nightlife will still be there tomorrow. Now, as a rule, if you find yourself drinking daily or you're taking out multiple girls every single day, maybe dial it back a notch. Keep it sustainable. It's a different thing if you're there for 2 weeks and you do that versus staying for 3 months and doing that every other day. The goal is to have this awesome life, this awesome experience long term, not to crash and burn. But Pattaya in particular has no closing time and everything is cheap. That's a temptation cocktail. Now be aware that just because you can doesn't mean you should, at least not every time. If you feel things are getting out of control, do a weekend in a quieter place or take a short trip home just to reset. Knowing your limits is key. Now in terms of scams and specific tourist traps, Thailand is generally safe, but where there are carefree tourists, there are opportunists. So here are the big ones and how to avoid them. The first one is probably the most well-known: jet ski scam. It's common in Pattaya and Phuket. You rent a jet ski for some ocean fun, you return it, and suddenly the operator claims you caused damage, scratches, or dents that were likely there already. And they demand an exorbitant repair fee. They might have intimidating friends around to back them up. So to avoid this, either don't rent jet skis from random beach vendors, or if you do, inspect them thoroughly. Take photos, video of every inch before you ride. If they see you doing that, they'll usually back off because they know you have evidence. Or use rentals recommended by a hotel who have a reputation to uphold. The second one you've probably also heard of, but many guys still fall for this. It's the ping pong show scam. Now in Bangkok, specifically in the Patpong area, and occasionally Pattaya, touts will try to lure you into a special show. The infamous ping pong shows and other racy performances. They say no cover charge, cheap drinks, come. If you go with them to some seedy upstairs club, you might indeed see a show, and then you get slapped with a bill for thousands of bahts for show fee or outrageously priced drinks, and burly guys will block the exit until you pay. So what's the solution? If you really want to see an adult show, go with someone experienced or to an established go-go show. go-go bar with shows like the ones that you would find at Nana Plaza. Or in Pattaya, some go-go bars have playful shows as well. Don't follow random touts down mystery alleys. In general, stick to venues that have clearly posted prices for drinks and a good crowd already inside. If a place is nearly empty and someone is really pushing you to enter, that is a big red flag. Next up, tuk-tuk or taxi scams. In Bangkok, a common one is a tuk-tuk driver offering to take you on a one-day tour for very cheap. And during the ride, he'll insist on stopping at a gem shop or a tailor where you get pressured to buy overpriced junk. And he, of course, gets a commission. That's how he makes money. Or a taxi driver says, the meter is broken, I take you for 500 baht for a ride that should only be 150 or 200 baht. It's very easy to avoid this. Only use meter taxis or the Grab app for honest fares. If a taxi driver refuses to use the meter, just hop out and find another. There are tons of taxis around at almost any time. For tuk-tuks, agree on a price in advance and be firm that you don't want any shopping stops. Actually, when a stranger approaches you saying, the Grand Palace is closed today, come, I'll take you to this whatever other place, just ignore them. The Grand Palace is almost never truly closed. They lie to redirect you. And here's the basic rule: if it sounds too good to be true, like a tour with a tuk-tuk for 50 baht, which is less than $2, there's usually a catch. Now the next one isn't really a scam, but you should still be aware of it. It's dual pricing and overcharging. Some tourist attractions have a local price versus a foreigner price. It's posted, so I would say just accept it or skip the venue. This isn't really a scam, it's just a policy and how the Thai people do things. Don't waste energy getting angry that you pay $10 while the Thai people pay $3, let's say at a national park. Either the experience is worth $10 to you or not. As I often say, if the inflated price is still good value to you, roll to it. Where you should be wary is situations like getting a bill at a bar that seems too high. So always check if they added something you didn't order. It's really rare in reputable places, but can happen if you're smashed and you lose track of the lady drinks you've had. Also, if you're super visibly drunk, a freelancer might ask for way more money than agreed once you are alone, because you're an easy target then. To avoid that, don't get that drunk with someone you haven't built trust with, and clarify the deal beforehand. If you find later you were overcharged a bit by, let's say, a street vendor or on a small bill, I would say let it go unless it's significant. Sometimes there's a farang tax of 20 baht here or there. It's really not worth spoiling your mood. But definitely watch out for big money stuff, currency exchange places. Use legit banks or legit places that exchange money, not some guy on the street. Never hand your credit card to someone and let it out of sight at bars. Skimming can happen. And don't carry your passport around, carry a copy to avoid pickpocketing risks. Fake goods and services, if someone offers you, fun stuff, drugs, don't. Aside from legal issues, weed is actually legal in Thailand now, but anything else is a big no. A common scam is someone sells you something, then a quote-unquote police associate shows up to bust you and extort a bribe. Also skip the famous gem scam. You meet a friendly, person who convinces you to buy gems. Jewelry as an investment, it's all fake and it's overpriced. If you're buying jewelry or expensive items, do it from an established store, not because a stranger led you somewhere and this is supposedly the best store to buy it. Now, Thailand is relatively safe, but as a single guy, keep some street smarts when it comes to general safety. Motorbike caution. If you rent a motorbike, common in Pattaya, wear a helmet and drive carefully. Traffic can be absolutely nuts, and many expats end up with road crash and exorbitant hospital bills, or they didn't wear a helmet and the insurance doesn't pay. Also, don't drink and drive. If you aren't experienced, maybe stick to taxis. They're cheap anyway. And when it comes to hooking up, I've always said use protection. Don't be that guy who thinks she looks clean. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. She looks clean. STDs don't care about looks. Condoms are cheap and available everywhere. 7-Eleven has you covered literally. Also, if you're doing online dating and inviting someone over, standard precautions apply. Keep your valuables secure just in case. Most Thai girls are not thieves, of course not. But there are stories of guys passing out drunk and a freelancer cleaning out their wallet or taking their phone. If you keep your wits, it's unlikely to happen. Use the safe in your room or hide it somewhere. If you find a place in your room where you can hide it, cash, your passport, etc. A little common sense goes a long way. The next one is probably a difficult one. It's emotional control. Because you can know about all of this stuff, and all the knowledge flies out the window once you lose emotional control. But in general, this is big culturally. Don't lose your temper in public. I've said this in a previous chapter. If you get into an argument with a Thai girl, be it your girl or just a random person, yelling or showing aggression will only make things worse. You will lose respect, and in worst case, you could provoke retaliation. Thais have a saying, keep your cool. Keep it cool. If a situation is getting heated, apologize with a smile and walk away. This can diffuse almost anything. It might feel strange to swallow pride, but it's the right move here. 9 times out of 10, any issue can be resolved quietly or later after a cool down period. Physical fights are extremely rare if you follow this rule. No one is going to try to fight you unless you really, really push them. Now, in general, when it comes to grooming and attitude, I also want to give you some pointers and based on my experience. Now, this might sound basic, but I've seen it often. Don't become the slobby, rude foreigner stereotype. Just because you can roll out in flip-flops and let's say a tank top or a beer-stained singlet doesn't mean you should. At least not all the time. Thai people appreciate if you dress decently in public, especially when going out somewhere nice. A collared shirt for a club, clean shoes. It earns you better treatment, and frankly, you attract higher quality attention from women. Also, hygiene, shower up, use deodorant. We're in the tropics. You will sweat. No girl, no matter how much you're paying her, enjoys a smelly guy. I say this because a mistake some guys make is thinking, I'm paying, I don't need to make an effort. That's wrong. That is wrong. If you want a good experience, especially with pay for play, you still need to show basic respect and present yourself well. A well-groomed man with a friendly attitude will often get better service, better deals in general, and even genuine attraction from girls, whether they're bar staff or a Tinder date. Wouldn't you rather the girl enjoys being with you? Exactly. Common sense, right? Another mindset tip, confidence is key. Don't come with an I'm too old or too ugly for her mindset and settle for anything less than you want. And always remember, confidence and respect go hand in hand. Don't come here with the self-defeating attitude that I've mentioned before, that you're too old for these girls. If you believe that, you limit yourself and miss out. Because in Thailand, really nothing is unrealistic. You can have it all if you play it smart and put yourself out there. Be upfront about what you want and then go for exactly that. If there's a huge age gap, well, so what? Fuck it, enjoy the moment. Odds are the only people who might judge you are those that are not having fun, that are hating on you. And every other guy is thinking, I want to be that guy. And here's the final pro tip. When choosing where to stay, pick a guest-friendly hotel or condo. That means they allow overnight visitors without hassle or extra fees. Most places in Pattaya are used to guys bringing company over. And many Bangkok hotels are fine with it too, but double check the reviews or you can just ask me. Nothing kills the mood like a front desk clerk asking your new friend for her ID or for a joiner fee. Also, always keep the essentials that I've just mentioned on hand. Carry a pack of condoms. Stay safe always. Small bills for tipping. 20 baht bills are usually fine. You can also download a translation app, Thai English. Lastly, if possible, hook up or link up with other expats. The single man community here is strong and they usually look out for each other. So, if you're a single man pondering a move or an extended stay here in Thailand, my advice is just do it. Life is short, opportunities should be seized, and this is one opportunity that can fast track years of happiness and adventure into the here and now. If you follow the tips that I've mentioned in this video, stay street smart but open-minded at the same time, you'll quickly find out why so many of us end up saying, I came here for the beaches and girls, but I stayed for the lifestyle. Take it from me, a fellow traveler on this wild ride, Bangkok and Pattaya will give you more as a single man than you ever thought possible. So keep your mood positive, keep your mind open, and your intentions clear. Avoid the rookie mistakes that I've mentioned, the newbie mistakes. Embrace the Thai culture, and most importantly, enjoy every minute. So take care, stay safe, and welcome to the land of smiles.